Good morning. This is Riff G. You're on the Riff G channel. Riff G podcast is coming up soon. I'll be talking to some really great people about insights on different things that have to do with content creation and actually business too. We're going to be talking about some business people, talking to some business people. I just wanted to talk to you today about a little short post that I put up yesterday about duplicating yourself. So when you think about every day, when you go to work every day, right? You go to work, you do the same thing, you get paid for it, and that's it. The transaction is done. You don't get that time back and the money that you earned potentially from that day, unless it is something that you're working on where it is a passive income potential. Then that money is paid once, the time is done, and it's gone. And that's it. The transaction is complete. And that can really be a big waste of time when you look back on things, you know. Um, so the easiest thing you can do to change that is to hit the record button on your cell phone, your smartphone, or a camera, and do the same things that you normally do and record it. And then utilize that to make videos or content and stuff like that so that you can continue to potentially profit in the future from that time, whether it's looking back on knowledge that you gained, because that's a benefit in itself right there, or if it's being able to utilize it and share with someone else and someone else can benefit from it, but also being able to monetize that type of content and make some money from it, and that way the transaction is never complete. It's over and over and over and over again. I love proficiency. I try to be proficient in everything that I do as much as I can so I can get more done. So, when it comes to setting up your cameras and things like that, just make sure that when it's time for you to go to your work, as long as you're able to do that, if you're able to record what you're doing, I don't want you to get yourself into trouble, obviously, but uh, when it comes time to recording, make sure that it's easy, that you have your setup ready to go, whether it's having a small tripod that you carry with you and you can set your cell phone up real quick and maybe put a lapel mic on and you're good to go. You got good sound. Good audio is a huge thing. I'll get into that later on. But you definitely want to make sure that you are able to set up easy because that makes it all the difference in the world. Most of the time when it's like, I was going to make a video, but I didn't have time to set up, and then you miss out on great content. The other easiest thing you can do too is if you can't set up a camera, right? You don't have time to set up your camera. Turn your smartphone on and record the conversation, or whatever you're doing. If you're recording a conversation where you're talking to a client or a friend or something, let them know you're recording it for your own purposes and what you plan to do with it. But anytime you can get content that you might be able to reutilize, because you can use that in a podcast. You can do anytime you're having a conversation, it can be a podcast. It doesn't have to be set up specifically where it's a conversation between two people, or I mean, you could sit there literally and create a podcast with your smartphone. You definitely want to have good audio, so work on that. But you can start out just with the smartphone and the regular mic on it, you know, and literally a telephone call. You can record a telephone call and have a podcast out of it. So it's not hard to do. It's the hard thing is being consistent and being willing to show up and do it every time or as much as you can. One of the other biggest things that you want to do as a content creator or a business owner that's looking to grow their business is definitely utilize the tools that you have in your hands as far as when it comes time to you want to market yourself, you want to create a brand, something along those lines. Make sure that you're to take as many pictures of yourself as you can in different places, different poses, different things. So you have content that you can use when it comes time to design something. You don't have to go and make something to design it with, to design with. You already have like B-roll, it's called, and filler stuff. And if you're walking by somewhere, and let's say you're a professional person and you're walking by and you see this really nice professional building, take a picture of it. You can use it as a backdrop. or if you're a car salesperson, you're selling cars, take pictures of cars all the time, nice cars, stuff like that. And then take pictures of yourself. And you're able to easily these days cut yourself out of a background and put it into another one in literally seconds. It's unbelievable. It used to take hours on end to get a clean cutout. Now you can literally, with the AI technology, you can literally push one button and take the background away completely and clear it right up. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. The resources that are at your fingertips these days to market yourself and make your own brand and stuff are absolutely amazing. But you have to start somewhere, and the biggest thing is because there is so much, it is definitely overwhelming. Where to start? What should I do? Now there's free stuff. People use Canva. I haven't used Canva. It's just something I never did. I'm going to check it out and see what it's all about. But I like to use the Adobe stuff just because, number one, I use it in my business. It's a business write-off because it allows me to do my own marketing. Number two, everything is at my fingertips right there. There's pretty much not anything that I can't do with it. There are some little things that I use, like Adobe. YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio actually has a really good. YouTube Create. YouTube Creator actually has a really good sound removal tool for cleaning up audio. So a lot of times, if I'm making a short video, like something that's like a minute long or something or less, or 3 minutes or less, a lot of times I'll do it in Adobe Rush, which there is a free version of Adobe Rush that you can use. You can download that on your smartphone. That is an app, and I like it a lot. I use it, it's very powerful. And then I can bring it into the other Adobe Premiere if I ever want to. But most of the time, when I'm using Adobe Rush, a lot of my shorts, videos, and stuff I do right on there, and I use that with Adobe Express. I make all my thumbnails really easy. They have a lot of templates if you want to use templates. There's just so many resources at your fingertips between those two. But what I'll do is I'll create a video in Adobe Rush. I'll do a lot of my editing in there, and then I'll download it and I'll upload that video to YouTube Creator. And if there's background audio that I want to get rid of, I'll use Creator to do it because it just does it in like seconds. It's pretty cool. In a couple of minutes, it's nice and clean. It can, remove some things that you don't like, but that's up to you. You have to set that up the way you want. Anyway, and then after that, I might actually download that again or upload right to YouTube. So it actually works out really well to use those three in conjunction together. So that's that's YouTube Creator, that's Adobe Rush, and Adobe Express. And Adobe Express has really come a long way in a short period of time. You can do a ton of stuff with that. A ton. I don't know if I can actually use this for a podcast. I might end up not making it a live video. I might download it and turn it into a podcast, and I'll let you know if that actually works out. If it is, you can check the podcast out on my channel. So I wanted to in this video here, I want to do, like I said, about your business and being a creator and duplicating yourself. So let's talk about how do I market myself as how do I duplicate myself for doing something along the lines where I want to do sales, okay, and I want to sell myself as a content creator, or I want to sell my business, or I want to create new clients or something like that. Uh, I don't know if you've used ChatGPT yet, okay, but you should really think about utilizing it as a tool. Now, I'm huge about staying human in this crazy world because the human aspect of things is getting further and further and further away. It seems like you can press a button, make a video, and that's it. It's like the creativity of it. A lot of people can just do it, and I personally, I think that the AI is a great tool, and that's what it should be used for, as a tool. Don't just go ahead and make everything AI. I mean, I think that there's going to be limitations that are coming out on that anyway that are not going to allow you to monetize in certain ways and things like that if you're not doing things with a human aspect to it. So try to stay human as much as you can, anyways. But use the tools that you can to help you. For instance, when I say use ChatGPT, what you can utilize that for is you can help you with a script for your video, but you want to take it and put your key points into it. You know, let's say that you're a salesperson, for instance, and you know exactly the script and the things that you say potentially to get new clients. Okay. But the problem is you're only able to be in front of that one client at that one time. So you're limited. You're very limited to your own time. Now, there's other ways, there's email marketing and stuff, but I'm talking about the personal experience when you're directly in front of the person and you're saying the things that you want to say to them to help them move forward. And, that whole persona that you get when you're doing it, you can't portray that in anything else but other than yourself. So there's two things you can do. One, you can talk when you're talking to clients or you're practicing with someone at home. Okay, set up a camera and go through your skit on camera. Exactly the way you would be, how comfortable you are when you're talking to people and stuff like that in person. Because I can guarantee you, if you're not doing it you're trying to sit there and do it on a camera, talking to a camera, staring at a light in your face, it's going to feel completely different than if you're sitting in front of a client and that relaxed feeling that you have, or even that little bit of nervousness when you're in front of the client that helps you to excel in that situation. Being on camera, it's definitely different. So you want to practice that in front of a camera with some friends or family, or if you feel comfortable enough and your client will allow you to set up a camera, then do that. Tell them, this is for educational purposes for YouTube and things like that, and let them know that, you really appreciate their participation if they will allow you to do that. But record your step by step, your presentation, and then take that and utilize that as your marketing, where you incorporate it into your business cards. Like I said before, put a QR code on your business card that takes them right to the BAM presentation, or takes them right to your portfolio if you're a content creator and you're trying to get a new client, where you want to do some development for them, creating the brand for them, helping them with graphics or videos or sound or whatever you're doing for them. Make sure that your presentation that you send them to is going to draw them right in, and then ChatGPT can help you with creating that video. Whereas, all right, do this first, then do this, then do this, and do this, and it'll help you out immensely. Take your key points, put it into ChatGPT, and say, okay, so I'm going to make a video about my sales presentation or about what I do. These are the introduction points that I use. These are the words that I use, and so forth, like that. And can you help me with a step-by-step video format that I could do, and some ideas in the video? And it'll literally give you ideas for backdrops, or it'll give you cut-ins. It might give you an idea for another person to talk at certain times. You should really fool around with it and see how it can help you with your content creation for your business or for your channel, or however it is you go about it. The other thing that I would like to say is, if you have business cards, right, in your pocket, then they're not doing you any good. Okay. And what I mean by that, like I said, I've made this card right here. Okay. And I dropped it. This card will take you right to my channel. Okay. Now, because I just showed that to you, anyone that sees this is already on my channel, obviously, but they can share it just like that. Hey, by the way, check this out. If you snap a picture of that right now, then you have it and you can share it with somebody else so they can come to my channel. Now, you do the same thing with your card that helps you bring people exactly where you want to. And, don't make like 1,000 cards and stuff like that, because you're going to end up changing probably before you give them all out. But what I meant by having business cards in your pocket, they're not doing you any good. It means they're in your pocket. If you have business cards on you at all times, then those business cards are not doing you any good unless you've given them out. So make sure that you're always empty. You always have to reload, okay? Give out as many business cards as you can. Definitely go to social places. Go to, I don't know, and I'm not saying go out drinking, but if you go to a bar and have an iced tea or something like that, and you're sitting at a bar, there's a lot of people in a social environment, and I've found many, many, many clients for my business that way. Coffee shops, things like that. Make sure that you can put your cards out in coffee shops with your QR code in them. People allow you to do that all the time. Local convenience stores, things like that. Make sure your cards are out there with your QR code on it, to get people to come to your channel or your website or whatever it is that you need. The next couple videos, I'll be talking about websites and answering questions on that. How to direct people to your website. Same thing. Initial contact for your clients. The one that I'm talking about. Now, if you're new and you've never done this stuff before and you don't have any way of, geez, I don't know what to say to people or whatever, that's another thing that ChatGPT can help you out with. Okay. You can literally put in, this is what I'm doing, this is how I'm going about things, and it will help you with a plan. The more specific you are with the questions when you ask it, it'll definitely help you with some scripts and ideas, and you can literally get a business plan out of it, believe it or not. It'll help you get going and keep you on track. So there's a lot of things to do with the AI ChatGPT, the large language model there. And if you're not using AI, you should really think about getting to know it a little bit for sure, because it can definitely help you out in ways that you don't even know. I'm not promoting AI on this, but I'm just telling you, if you're looking to leverage your time and you want to be a content creator, you got to stay with the flow. Otherwise, you definitely will get left behind for sure. The other thing of it is, if you have people in your field, that you're in competition with, you want to be able to, outpace them, So think about that. How can I utilize the technology that's at my hands to be able to duplicate myself and outpace the people that are my competition, I guess you should say. Definitely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of your videos going out there versus no videos from someone else. You already have an upper hand. And when you're making your videos, okay, about your content, you're trying to bring people in to your content, make them in a way where you can break them up into chapters, more or less. Think of it like a book, okay? The initial introduction chapter, where you're introducing yourself to your client, your potential customer, or whatever it is that you're doing, your viewers or whatever. Okay. That's your first thing. How am I going to draw this person in for information? There's a lot of ways out there to create hooks and things like that to get people interested in your product or service or whatever it is that you're doing. Secondly, the next thing you want to do is have that step-by-step process where you got your number one spot. Now this can be a shorts video. And then the second part of your conversation or your pitch or whatever it is can be another shorts video. Those chapters, you want to be able to break that long form video up into shorts and then use that short to direct people to the long form part of it. Hey, by the way, if you want to see more on this, this is the video to check out. Hey, by the way, if you want to see more on this, you can skip to this chapter right here, and this will tell you everything about it. Things like that. And that'll really help you out. Remember, you want to duplicate yourself in a way that helps you leverage your time in such a way that you've never thought possible, you know? And that's one of the things that I love about YouTube and videos. Years ago, I published a small magazine. And when I did that, it was before there was anything like this. And I literally had to make CDs with my presentation on it. And that's what I did. I would give out the CD to business owners, and they would watch my presentation on the CD. And then I would, I'd call them in a day or two after I give it to them. Hey, by the way, did you get a chance to check out that video I gave you? And they're like, no, that's all right. Check it out tonight or tomorrow. You're really going to love it. And then it allows me to know that I have the opportunity several times because they have that disc in their hand, or they have that content. And once you know you have content to give out, then you can duplicate yourself. But if you don't create any of that stuff when you're doing it, then you're not going to have anything. You're going to keep spinning that wheel. So make sure that you have a way, one way or another, whether you're recording the audio, because you don't have to be in front of the camera. You can always create the audio. Okay, you can create the audio, and then from that point, you can overlay video clips. You can use stock footage. You can take video later and just overlay that audio on top of the video aspects. And you don't even have to be in front of the camera. It could just be your voice talking. And you could say, this is, so-and-so business. This is the way that things started out, or however you wanted to do it. We created this brand. These are the logos that we created for it, or we made this video for that, so you can utilize that audio to overlay over your videos. So don't forget about the tools you have in your hands. That's going to wrap it up for today. I hope that helps you in some way in your life. That's all I'm trying to do, is it help you improve your lifestyles and, succeed and enjoy my life while I'm doing it. So thanks for listening to the RIFG channel. By the way, if you're wondering what RIF stands for, well, I noticed that reduction in force is something that RIF stands for a long time ago. And I decided that I wanted to not force what I love to do, but love what I love to do. So I figured, RIFG, I love to play guitar. So I figured if it's in there too, it's a riff, spelled wrong, but still same kind of thing. So I'm not forcing it. I'm loving it. And I hope you love it too. So thanks for joining my channel. And don't forget to subscribe, share, and I'll talk to you next time. Until then, peace out.